I think we looked at it at the same time.
Oh, are you?
Man, this setup constantly changing. You just never know with Kylan Johnson.
We're just trying different stuff.
Are we, or are we taping?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's practicing. It's
sure.
Like, what is it? What I realized is like we're turning and facing each other so much. So what if we just start here?
Yeah.
We're just like, hey, no, right here.
No. Yeah. No, I know.
So, anyway.
No, right here. It smells like something's burning. Like, doesn't it? Oh, I wore this out by the fire.
Classic.
I need to wash it. Anyways, okay, so.
How are you doing?
Good.
So this is.
I am 1% better than I was yesterday.
Oh, we got a second.
I am.
Did you read your book since yesterday? Was that yesterday? I feel like all these days are blurring together. We've got 5. We're 5 deep.
That's solid.
That's a lot. I said that after 2.
I know. Wow, you
now we're
easy
at 5.
to please.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
Holy cow. Yeah, no, I have not read Atomic Habits since.
But
no.
you are 1% better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Today was a great day.
Yeah. What happened today?
Maverick had a meltdown. Let's just say that.
Oh, he did.
Yes, but he okay, this is so funny. Okay, okay.
One of our kids had a meltdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but this is
anonymous. We're not gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk crap.
No, you don't even know the story.
You don't even know which kid we're talking about.
You don't know the story. He's amazing, and I'm about to get to that.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
sure.
I think we haven't talked about this, but I feel like we've been on the same page until right this second. That like we'll talk about one of our kids, and then it just like leave it up. Then it's like
sure.
I
mean,
know.
Yeah,
like
no.
people who know our kids will know, but then it's not us like putting it out there, and so people who don't
I
know.
mean, I can respect that.
So for example,
I respect that.
So like people who don't know, like Maverick, for example, we're not telling all these stories, and then someone who listens to this someday meets him and knows all his mail.
Sure.
Like that's I think the dilemma that I think it'd be cool to talk about with the other one as well.
Yes.
Anyway, so.
Which one?
One of the other children.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for stealing my thunder.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. So one of our children had a meltdown today.
We started to do school.
Okay.
And he said, "I'm still hungry," and I was like, "Okay, but like we're gonna go to the grocery store after this and go get snacks, like, cause I needed to just go shopping anyways." And I was like, "We can eat the snacks."
Always
just that's his love language.
Yeah, or her. No, I'm just kidding. His or her. No, that's.
He's not deciding his gender.
No, what I'm saying is I was keeping it anonymous. That's how.
Okay. He.
Yes. Okay.
So we're sitting there doing.
This is not a political podcast.
he's having a hard time. He's just really hungry. Okay, and I was like, all right, okay. If there's anything that I've learned from a lot of these homeschool moms, it's like, and from myself, I should say, just have fun in it. And if you're gonna ruin it, and it's not going to be fun, then you should probably stop, because anything that a child is going to learn in a negative mindset is not going to stick anyways. They're only going, like, they won't remember half of the stuff
or
that
be attached to it.
It'll just be trauma, right, you know? So I'm like, let's, not to say that you shouldn't, like, challenge your kid to, like, do hard things.
I'm going to traumatize you.
Ooh, you're going to be a movie voice actor.
I am going to traumatize you. Ooh, I'll traumatize you.
Okay. Anyway, so stop.
What do you
Stop
say
it. You're flirting with me. Stop flirting with me. No. Oh, this table. What did you do to it? Anyways.
Is it what's going on?
I just touched something and it was gooey.
Yeah, the sides. Don't touch the sides.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I reconditioned it.
Oh, so nice. Okay, so that's great actually. Okay, so we pause, we pump the brakes, we get in the truck, we drive to the grocery store. We get the snacks. Yeah. And
you get?
We got
bears?
Yogurt. Oh, no, you saw it, the gummy bears. Yeah, did you see the jar? Like there's like an incentives jar.
I should not be drinking this.
No, that's probably not a good option. Anyways, so we get there, we get yogurt.
Sorry. I burped in the microphone, so that's going to be really distracting. I just had to try it. I won't ever do that again. I promise.
Ooh, you promised.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow. So we get gummy bears. No, but we got yogurt and granola to put in the yogurt and strawberries and like anyway, I was pretty much just like doubling up on second breakfast.
Yeah.
We get a bunch of stuff. The kids are in like Maverick's, this child is still kind of like struggling through it, and I'm like, honey, I love you. I'm rubbing his back, and he is saying, this is what I love. Our kids literally say, I'm having a hard morning.
Yeah.
And when he says that, I'm having a hard morning.
You don't even say that.
I don't even say that.
Right.
You're right. Like, I can't even just, like, I'm just, like, having a
I
hard
don't
morning.
even say that.
Yeah. But for him to just be like, hey, I'm having a hard morning. He said that at the house before we even left.
Yeah.
And he said that in the truck again, and he said that in the store.
Be aware of the feelings he's having.
Yeah, because he was antagonizing Greta down the aisle, and I'm like, guys, literally just stay just right behind me, like, because, other people need to get through the aisles.
Right.
And Maverick's antagonizing Greta, and I'm like, stop. And he's like reminding me, Mom, I'm just having a hard morning. Like, and I'm like, okay, but still, like, pull it together. So we get to check out, and the lady is like, do you guys want a balloon? And so she gives each kid a balloon, okay?
Okay.
We get to the truck. Yeah. Miles and Briar says, okay, kid, what is this? It is so hard. I won't always talk about my kids, but for this story's sake, I'm just going to.
Just for this.
Briar says, she says, I didn't really want a balloon, but I wanted to be kind to that lady and appreciate what she was trying to do. And Miles goes, yeah, that's obviously what I was doing. Like, he's 9 and he doesn't.
Obviously, me too.
It's a balloon on a stick.
Yeah.
So we get in the truck. Briar says this. That was sweet. Okay. And so we're driving down the road. The kids are handing each other bananas because I'm driving. And and so Maverick goes to open his banana. And he rolls down the window to, I don't know what he was doing. He was rolling down the window, and his balloon goes, boop, just right out the window, and he burst into tears. Like, lost it. He was like, you gotta be kidding me. And he just starts bawling. And Greta, being in the middle seat, she's like, I feel really bad for Maverick. She said that. She's like, I feel really bad for Maverick. Her balloon is pink, and she loves balloons. So she was like, holding her balloon, like, I don't really want to give him my balloon, but I feel bad for Maverick. Yeah. And so I said to Greta, I was like, well, then why don't you just rub his leg and say, oh, Maverick, I love you. Naughty. Yeah. It's like, just rub his leg and say, Maverick, I love you. I'm sorry you're having a rough morning. Yeah. And so, anyways, another thing that I got at the store, I never buy bread, but I got, the cinnamon raisin bread. It's like that.
I tasted it because you brought me some.
Yeah, and it wasn't that yummy.
I thought it was good. It had nuts in it.
No, it didn't. Really?
Grain. Well, maybe it was like grains.
It's bread.
Well,
so.
like big, like Dave's Killer style.
Okay.
Grains.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
it was good.
It was good. It was fine. I didn't love it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It was a treat, and so.
It was.
Anyway, that's a thing to remember because we get home. Maverick is just like I'm done. Like, I've had it. It's 9:30 in the morning, I should say, because
you haven't even started school.
We had started, but we took a break.
You haven't finished school.
Right. And so that was our break. So we get back to the table. I just literally rinse off the strawberries, put them in the center of the table, give them all the yogurt and the granola and the strawberries, and just said, like, have at it. Yeah. They sit down. I'm toasting that cinnamon raisin toast, which is like, it's got the sugary cinnamon on the outside layer, Yeah. I toast it. I butter it. They're not even paying attention to that. I bring over this big old stack of toast and, like, give them each their own toast. And Maverick, I know you're just, like, get to the point.
The best story ever. Okay.
He takes it. He's like, Mom, how did that happen? This was the worst day ever, and now it's suddenly the best day ever. And I was like, I love you, dude. His love language is food, and it was adorable. And from then on, great day. Yeah. I wish it was that simple for adults, you know? And it can be. It's a decision that you have to make. In fact, Miles said in the truck, he goes, Maverick, you're choosing to have a bad day. And I was like, that reminds me of something because of yesterday another child that we had a bad day. And but he decided to turn it around, and it was amazing. So anyways, I loved that. And That's cool. I just love our kids and their, like, camaraderie with each other, and That's like cool. And I love the fact that they can say, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
It's like, go you.
Go
Go
you.
team. Cheers to that.
I'll get
Right?
my burped water.
That was obnoxious. My drink there. Anyways, okay. So you asked me, how's our day? My day?
Yeah. That sounds
20
good.
minutes later.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It was good.
I like
It was
as
a good
well.
day.
I think you should have your own podcast where you just tell your stories however you want, like no pressure. You just tell them.
Thank you.
I do that. I do that myself.
Yeah. Sure.
Like when I record, I get like.
We could restart. We could start the podcast right now.
No, I
I got that out of the way.
We'll
it was a
see.
story that I wanted to tell you.
You know what's funny?
And it just,
is
you
like
know,
I'm
this
over
is what,
here going, get through it, come on. But there's gonna be thousands of
so
listeners that
many.
are just like, man, that story, Breck, you just
Oh,
everything you
my
say.
my mom's gonna want to listen to this
Yeah,
podcast
your dad.
just because.
they're big fans of yours.
Thank you. They really are. My mom and dad are my biggest fans.
Big fans.
No, they're my biggest fan. They love me so much.
Yeah.
They would do anything. They've been
That's
over
not-
backwards.
No, I just think there are other people that would also do that.
Yeah. My parents are awesome. I love my parents. I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
they're
my
pretty cool.
mom. What am I doing right here?
Or
I
we
love
should
my mom.
share this link with them so they
Th-
can sit
Ugh,
for an hour and a half
that
every
just
day.
feels no. An hour and a half. Well, have they all been about that long?
Hour to hour and a half.
Wow. See, this is a date night. This is why we keep this is why this podcast we keep
Why it's
pumping
so
them out.
successful.
No. Well, it's like we're on day 5 because we're like, oh, why
It's
wouldn't you
therapeutic.
want to just sit and
Yeah.
talk to each other?
Well,
like, obviously.
and again, there's like with someone else in the room, you kind of like even your story. I kind of just like let you tell your story.
Yeah,
If
and
it was me and you, I'd be like,
you'd be like, babe, anyway.
anyway,
Yeah,
can
I
you
know.
Just get the point. Or
See,
something?
which I that's
Oh,
so
oh,
not
don't.
good.
No,
That's not
yeah.
healthy. Don't.
You have your things too. So I was just trying to tell on myself. But you don't need to like now tell on me. I'm like,
I know. I'm just saying, like, thank you, and thank you for telling on yourself,
I'm
and thank
like
you for letting me talk.
debating whether I tell on you, like tell your
You
version
can,
of it.
yeah.
So it's like you wouldn't even sit down. You'd just be looking at your phone, and you wouldn't be listening to me in the first place. I at least
If you
listen.
wanted to.
If we didn't have this other person.
Oh my, please. Well, it depends on the type of story that you're about to tell. Yeah.
How was hip hop?
It was good. It was exhausting.
So you
How
taught
about-
hip hop today.
I taught ballet first, and then hip hop.
Yeah,
so
but everyone knows what ballet is.
Yeah.
I think hip hop was like cool almost like over
You
20
know
years
what?
ago. So I'm really curious, like can you show us some moves? You have about like a
Stop.
foot of space.
stop.
What?
You know, I was literally no.
Were you pop lock and dropping it in hip hop class today?
Okay, here's the thing. Okay. Hip hop. When you are teaching, first of
I
all,
wish I had a hat on right now so I could turn it sideways, like slightly sideways. No.
You are the worst.
There's something about like a bunch of middle-aged white women teaching hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, come on, but they're 5. You know,
You gotta get in touch
when
with
they
your soul,
when they get
you know?
to a certain age, here's the thing. If you get to a kid that's like legitimately, this kid is talented. Okay, you know how in theater you get those kids that memorize the script, like boom, they got it, they act it,
I was
they.
never in theater.
Okay, so then you don't even. So there's like these
Theater
kids
and
literally.
hip-hop. What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm getting to it.
Why are you saying so? You're like, go ahead.
So
I'm
like
I'm
you
lost.
you
But,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
We'll get there, I
Okay,
think.
okay. So my brother was in theater.
Yes,
and
he was.
he
He's a great hip hop dancer.
no. He memorized his script. He would recite it flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
He could like even if he forgot a line, he knew how to ad lib enough to like get his way back to his like that is like that's talent right there, okay? So you get in the hip hop scene, you get backup dancers, professional backup dancers. They get thrown into a room and they're like
They forget their lines.
a
they have to-
choreographer is showing them this is the dance that you have to perform in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Remember this dance,
Whoa.
and they do it.
What scenario
and then
is this?
try. Haven't you seen JoJo Siwa or anything? No. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
what the?
Like, if you wanted to be Taylor Swift's backup dancer,
10
you
minutes?
better.
You show up and you have 10 minutes to
I mean,
perform?
I don't know, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's accurate.
Anyway.
Or you gotta be, just like come up with something on the fly. Either way, that right
Is
there.
that what hip hop is?
That's talent. No, like I mean, hip hop is
so
a
what does
genre.
this have to do with hip hop? Taylor Swift has a bunch of hip hop dancers.
Yeah.
And Shake It Off, like a parody. They've got like a guy doing a
Hey,
dance montage.
she has it's just any musician. Like they have
Yeah.
backup dancers that are good,
so
and
here's
they're
my
doing
point with
hip hop.
So here's my point with hip hop.
What else do you want to call it?
No. Okay. I think this is the problem.
You know
this
what?
is why I'm struggling with it.
You're making me want to teach the history of hip hop, dance culture, 101 first before I can even.
Can I explain myself?
Go ahead.
I think I'm struggling with the. I think the idea is right. I think you're onto something. Everything you said, I'm following you. I don't see why hip hop is a.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Is a current representation of what that means to our society. Hip hop is old now.
Sure. What do you call it? Modern funk?
No, funk. What? No. Like,
I mean, that's what the class was called. The class that I taught today, it was called Creative Funk.
Okay.
For littles, it was
okay. So I think that when I think about what that is solving for kids learning it and like as people are learning, I don't know that I think hip hop's just like we haven't had a name, like a modern version name yet for it that's like makes sense. You have to call it hip hop.
First of all,
so like what it is like
you're not in dance culture
TikTok.
though.
Legit.
Yeah.
That's dance culture.
Yeah.
The TikTok is the
no,
new
absolutely.
hip-hop.
Absolutely.
I'm serious.
So, I agree with you.
So when I hear you teaching hip hop and I'm watching you do your
why am I saying abs? Okay. Okay. All right. So now that you just did that, I feel like I really do need to.
It's like you gotta go open TikTok.
You're throwing it. Okay.
I've done a few
You're getting me you're getting me riled up right now. What you're getting me?
I'm really curious.
No, because okay. Oh, Kylan.
I'm afraid that the camera didn't fully see what I was doing because I kind of did it over here.
What can it see? Do you have a screenshot?
I did like the. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's what dance is. Here's what dance has been for me. Here's what I hope that dance will be for children and our children.
Yes.
It teaches you body confidence.
Yes.
It teaches you how to walk into a room and present yourself fully.
Yes.
I feel like I literally I would equate half of my confidence and my like shoulders back, head up to dance.
Yes.
And I want if you're a parent and you're like, how do
I'm all
this is
for it.
exactly.
I think we agree.
So
on
like,
this.
what else do you want to send your kid to dance class? Just don't call it hip hop it's like
no. What I'm saying is there's a bigger problem.
But these kids, these little 6-year-olds, they want to feel cool. They've been dancing around their house to cool music. Play a cool song.
Hold on.
And they want to feel cool. So what do they do?
You're missing me. You're missing.
Okay,
You're
I feel like I really
am.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Hip hop is not cool. I almost guarantee you that, like, 80% of the people that sign their kids up for hip hop are like 45, 50 and older, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Babe,
no. I would have.
So again, I think the problem is bigger than you. I'm making this way more complicated.
You're pooping on parents right now. You really are.
What I'm saying is there's a new.
Sure.
Like what hip hop was to you.
I get it. I totally get what you're saying.
Statement.
Yeah.
What hip hop was to you.
Yes.
TikTok, for the lack of
Absolutely.
not having another term right now, is to this generation.
Sure.
So I think when I hear hip hop, it's just like, yes, that solved exactly what you're trying to give to these kids, but we need to like.
I think it's just like we haven't rebranded what to title it.
That's all it is.
But
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm just saying like we've got a teacher at our studio who literally she comes and goes because she goes to
TikTok.
No, because she goes to college for dance, and she's getting her she's getting her degree. Anyways, but she is an incredible dancer, and she's one of those that like when my kids get to a certain age where I want them to be technical.
A recital and play on her boombox and doing that hip hop routine, right? She's a good dancer, and she probably moves her body to current music and current.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I played relevant stuff today. Like, I'm a gummy bear. I'm just kidding.
No. And again, I think how you view it and how everybody that dances hip hop. I think their approach is right. It's just rebranding.
You literally just hate the word hip hop. That's all. We could even close out this one segment.
Whenever you say hip hop, I'm concerned that some of the teachers, not just saying I'm not saying yours. I'm saying all of the teachers teaching hip hop across the country right now. Mm-hmm. There's some that like are looking up how to teach hip hop, and they're like getting stuff that was taught 20 years ago. Like, oh yeah, this is hip hop, and so they are doing their little like, routine, and the kids all wear their little to the side. And
and again,
it's street. It's cool, and then the little kid gets in, does the turtle shell roll in front of him, and like this. At the end.
That's called breakdancing, babe. Get it right.
You don't do that move, though.
Here's the thing.
Like, are you choreographing anything?
I am, yeah. Well, but here's the thing. It's for 6-year-olds. Absolutely. Okay. Come on, babe. I mean, you're a good dancer. Sure, you can help me. And then, you know what?
Are you being sarcastic?
Here's the thing. You have 6-year-old children.
I'm a good dancer.
And you have to get them. No, you are a good dancer. That's fine.
Living room dancer.
You know what? Okay. Are you a good dancer?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right.
Not on the spot. I gotta have the song.
I gotta have no
audience. Just my kids.
Okay. So I've stood up so many times threatening to dance right here in between this.
I'm sitting on
a Lego
box of Legos that has like one latch. If I like move too much, it'll.
Should we switch sides? I feel like I'm way lighter than you, and I'm not gonna break that box.
Yeah, I'm committed. It's made it this far.
Okay. Anyways,
content.
Okay, but when you're teaching young kids, you have to keep the choreography very simple.
Yeah.
Because kids can't there's this cross-lateral brain thing that you're doing when you're like crisscrossing your legs and out and in and doing your hands at the same time, stuff like that. They cannot do that.
I'm too complex, is what you're saying. So I'm a good dancer, but it's just above.
I don't know. Why don't you choreograph a song for me to learn in 10 minutes and see if I can do it?
What's your fascination with 10 minutes?
Just do it fast and do it well.
Art takes time, baby doll.
Then you're not meant for TikTok. This is why you're 30 years old and you're not on TikTok. This is how I was until my husband's like, delete it because they're spying on you constantly. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I deleted it. And then I read the terms of Instagram and I'm like, they're way worse, way worse than TikTok. And their own meta, whatever.
What? Way worse?
Literally read the terms of Instagram and tell me that that's not the same, or if not worse.
It's not even a conversation I want to
entertain.
Talk about right now.
Okay, so how was my day? It was so good. I had a great time teaching 6-year-olds how to dance. And let me tell you what.
I'm proud of you.
They had a blast, and they felt comfortable and confident. They walked in there shy and nervous because it was day one, and they left feeling like
spunky and funky and fresh.
Spunky, funky, and fresh. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's going to be the title of this podcast. Why would I take that away from them? You wouldn't, because you're not welcome in that room. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, babe.
There's always room for improvement.
Always. Right? Always. If you're Kylan Johnson, that's good luck being married to him, because he will.
Are you giving advice to my future
You know
wife?
what? Let's transition to, I was thinking about your phrase right there. Reminded me of filming Brecky Breck and how I'm like, I'll get in the car after filming and I'm exhausted.
Always room for improvement.
And then I'm like, that was amazing. That was so much fun. Like, wow. And I was like, but I hate how I stumbled over my words. Or da-da-da-da. And you've worked on it. You've gotten better.
No, just say it.
But you refrain from saying, good job, babe. That was great. Well, that was super fun. You're like, you know what you see what you need to do?
No, wait. Say that. I think you should say that differently. Do I actively refrain?
I just burped in my throat. That was cool. I feel like I just joined the club. That was my first time.
Oh, jeez.
That was bad. Good. Anyways.
Do I actively refrain, or is that not the first thing that comes to my mind? I think you're assuming
that's true.
I'm like, wow, that was great. Oh, don't say that.
No.
oh, look how bad it was. Like for me, it's like the thing that we can work on is like so obvious in my face. It's like I can't even.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and
are you cracking that?
No, that's
you
fine.
kicked it. Okay.
Yeah. You know
right.
what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I know.
So it's like, and it's not, it was bad. Like it's never, it's a bad. I think your personality, you perceive criticism in absence of praise as negative.
No. I just need, oh no. No, like my personality, I feel like I need to know that, first of all, especially to you, like you're my husband, so it's like if anybody, it's like I need to know that I'm worthwhile and that I'm enough, and so when I get in the car after doing something that I felt was like pretty vulnerable in a lot of ways, like I'm just like, sheer living in the moment and joy filled.
100%.
And I'm kind of stumbling over my words sometimes, and you kind of like stop, let's recalibrate, say that again, stuff like that. And then you make it, you edit it to where I look like I am just flawless Brecky Breck, And I feel like I just want to know, hey, because you see me in my raw, vulnerable state, I'm like, am I enough for you? Like, was that okay? Am I good? Like, and it's almost like, come on, give me the pat on the back,
right?
please,
And I see it as, so I acknowledge that and recognize that. I see it as, like we're here to do something, and because I am always thinking in the terms of like, there's always room for improvement. Of course, I'm like, I couldn't do what you do, even half as good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Acknowledging. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Is it like choreography?
No, I could.
Is it like?
I could teach hip hop. Okay.
Okay.
What
if you have two kids that have ADHD and their parents warn you, and you're trying to rank? There's 11 kids.
I love kids.
And you're just like, you're trying to keep the class moving forward while
good job.
captivating their attention.
I'm jealous that you get to go teach.
I know you are, but you got to do one team kids, and I was jealous of that.
Yeah, I enjoy those environments.
You and I both.
Do too. So
we're gonna start a kids club.
I'm not gonna let's start a kids club.
I love it.
Yeah, we did. We've got 4.
Can I be the hip hop teacher?
We got 4 kids in our kids club. The hip hop teacher, and I'll be the TikTok teacher.
Oh, that laugh was obnoxious.
So anyway, what I was saying is, I can't do what you do.
Thank you.
That being said, I'm going to try to get better at the things that I'm good at, and I'm going to help you get better at the things you're good at, so that the thing we're doing together can grow collectively.
Yes.
And I think that's where my mind goes in those moments. Is not, you're ready to cheer strengths and say good job. And I need to work on this, definitely, because I say this to you all the time. Like, hey, if you had a team, how do you motivate them? Well, how do you discourage a team? The fastest way to discourage a team is right after the production. Just not even allow them to bask in. Yeah, exactly. Poop right on it. A big old turd. Yeah. So I recognize that. I've been working on that.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you really have. You really have, because I literally I said, I am struggling here.
Yeah.
I need you to acknowledge what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you know me enough to know that I'm not.
Right. But I think I've learned you enough now too to know even your criticisms I can take and go, okay, yes, how can I make myself better? But also, how do I hold it, compartmentalize some of it, because there is an element of you that we've talked about that you kind of are constantly breaking down or hammering at foundations to rebuild. And I'm if this is ever going to get taller, I have to keep moving on, even if it's imperfect.
Right.
And you'll keep going, to make it perfect. And I'm
not
this
even to
is
make it
never.
Perfect. Sometimes just an experiment.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if we tried this.
You do that with my morals and values.
Yeah.
You're are you, should you be doing this? Should you be...
What if we did that?
What if we did that?
Right.
Are you... And I'm just oh my gosh. And I have to
Pick a lane, buddy.
Yeah, but I do value that because...
Yeah. Just not all the time.
Yeah, but it's like, I know, it's like at the end of the day, like, no one says that to you. Like, you can't find a best friend or a parent that'll, like, totally just constantly to where you have all
Slice and dice.
And yes, and if I don't have all those doors open, like, to look at the negatives and the positives and the, you know, the criticisms and the critiques, it's like, if I can't look at all that, then yeah, you're kind of blindly going down a hallway that maybe you shouldn't be going down. And so at least with you in my life doing that to me, I can, you know, legitimately decide, you know what, thank you for that, I'm challenged by it, but I'm also going to do this over here because I see the value in this. And the great thing about you and I in our relationship is that when I do see the value in this, what are you doing?
The great thing about you and
I...
Yeah,
but your face with...
We're going to shoot for the stars.
No, but the great thing about you and I in that relationship is that...
Sorry.
Is that I can communicate. If it's like you're playing the devil's advocate just for fun.
Constantly.
And then when I can say, actually, Kylan, thank you, love it, but no, you can be like, oh, okay, sweet. And then you'd get right back on my team and you're there.
And that's when I'm like the most supportive.
Yes.
Is when that's exactly what it is. And I love that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, I'm even discovering about myself. I do that to people. And I'm realizing it too, because I've done this with family members, where I don't know, like I keep coming back to this in every podcast. It's like it seems like it spawns from self-righteousness almost, but it's not. I don't think so. Maybe it is. I don't know. But like I feel like I can see something they're insecure about, and it's like I wanna. And it used to be just like I'm just gonna poke and prod and like expose it and shine a light on it, and then they're like, oh, like this is my thing. But I think I'm recognizing myself, and it's like it's the people I care about, and I have concerns for this thing that they're neglecting, and so for me, it's like, what do you stand for? Is basically what it is.
Right.
It's what do you stand for?
Right.
And I think.
You only do that with the people that you love, too.
Right.
And it's like, and you can tell if Kylan cares about you, he's going to help you grow.
Well, and you know, it's funny.
But if he doesn't care about you, he's going to...
I think we have a kid that understands what I'm doing.
Yes.
And now will do it to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I get so, like, it's like, how dare you? But, like the human part of me is like, how dare you shine the light on me? But I'm like... Woo!
I know.
Yes, I love that. And you're over here like, I don't know how I feel about this.
It's so painful, but it's so good.
I love it.
And luckily, I mean, thankfully, I've had you to
practice
it. Well, and you've helped create that person, you know. So it's like,
and it's different.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, and I think that's
it's healthy. Yeah, super healthy.
So recently, this is actually one of my notes.
Segue? Can I get a segue?
I mean. Like, I definitely set that up.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
So anyway, like harsh.
Wow, you're amazing.
No, I'm just like now making an awkward pause so the segue is less perfect.
Segue.
We can't be perfect. If we're perfect, Breck, then there's no room for improvement. That's why I had to kill this segue. You what?
I made a board. I said segwetic, like because it was like yeah, I don't know. It was dumb. Now that I just emphasized it, it's even more dumb.
So
dumber.
That's right. Like you do you.
I think
we should switch back though, because I think you could do you better on this side, and and then I'll do me on that side.
Okay, I don't get it.
Which side do you like better?
I honestly don't care. I'm just kind of like, you tell me where you want me.
There's yellow over
and
here.
I
feel like this is more like.
Yeah, that's my side. That's my favorite color. That's
should we like switch right now? No. I'm still working on the set. I'm thinking even like a wall.
I don't think that phrase right there. I'm still working on the set. Don't even say that, babe. Like, it will always. Like,
I'm always working on the set.
Always.
Yeah.
So don't be like, I'm still working on the set. It's like, don't even say it. Just leave that out, because you're always going to be working on it. So it's never going to be complete.
I don't see any tape. No, there's some tape. There's not enough tape. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So, segue. Seguita. What'd you call it?
I said segwetic. So it's less segue-ish. And that's what you said, less segue. And I was like, less segwetic. It doesn't matter. It's dumb now.
It's seguit. Okay, so we have a child.
Oh, no way. Get out of here.
That we've been recently, this is kind of hard to talk about because of the topic of it too. Yeah. It's like,
absolutely.
How do you
you do it.
I'm gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
And it's like an example, metaphor.
Okay.
So there once was.
Okay, maybe not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, I would.
So we had a child recently.
Yeah.
Sincerely and maturely, express some concerns about, or ask some good questions.
Can I
get a witness?
Can I get a witness? Can I interrupt and just kind of share a story here about this?
I just wanted to
Sure, blanket statement it.
That sounds fun. To turn
Awesome.
Maybe I do the parody version.
You do you.
Hey, Mom, Dad, why do you always have to post pictures and videos of me?
Chill. Well, no. That's not.
I don't want to be famous anymore. Basically, I mean that's a parody. A parody, exaggerate. You don't know what's.
Sure. They're not famous, so that's not what.
The point
that's
was,
not what happened.
I don't want to be. I have no desires to publish myself.
Sure.
In the direction of becoming more acknowledged online.
Yes, absolutely.
Were you going to talk, or that did what you needed to do?
I'm thinking, but I think that did what I needed it to do.
Maybe let's table this. We'll come back to this one.
Okay.
This one, we're still working on it. And the nature of it is complicated.
Sure. Yeah.
Period.
And I think here's the thing though. So I'm not tabling it, obviously.
I was just gonna say, out of respect for the nature of this conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like this is an example of maybe something that
you don't want to. Yeah. You don't want to.
It sounds nice, and this is something that I want to share because I'm proud of my
proud
child.
of it, but
it's not necessarily something that
absolutely.
You need to share.
I absolutely agree with you. And I think the big thing here is I am loving the fact that our children are able to acknowledge the emotional and physical consequences of.
You didn't say that.
Are you a live editor? Are you a live editor? You're doubling everything. He's like, hey, if you want to be edited in your conversation, Kylan can come and be a part of any party. He's hired, for hire, $500 a party.
That's right.
He'll come and edit you while you talk. Sounds really nice.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Unless it's fun for you. Wouldn't you go to a party for $500 just to have fun and watch someone talk and edit them?
I think people think that I would enjoy parties. I don't enjoy parties nearly as much as people think I would enjoy parties. You said last podcast episode you can't take the party away from Kylan.
All right. Let me just yes, but
I think you were thinking of okay. What
about Northwest Cup? Going up to the mountain bike. You were not in the mood to go.
That's not a party.
And then we got up there, and you legit, there was music going, and you were like, babe, I don't want to leave right now. It's a party. You called it a party while we were up there. And I was like, I get it. Because you can't take Kylan out of the party.
I agree with that statement.
Once he's already there, he's like, I'm not going to leave because I'm going to be missing out.
I agree with that statement. What I was saying is it's not because I want to do the party.
Right.
It's because there's an element of me interacting or communicating, for Northwest Cut, for example. Mm-hmm. It's not that I want to be drinking beers and hang out with my friends.
No.
I was capturing the party.
Yeah.
I was facilitating an element of the party. I think those are the times that maybe that's me being prideful. I do enjoy a good party. So, yeah. If I had some good friends and we were drinking beers, I would have enjoyed that, and I would have said, don't take me away from this. In that particular situation, that wasn't the case.
Wow.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you partying or not?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm
I know you're not.
No. I think
you are. Here's the thing. Here's the differences. So if we go to a dinner party, we segued out of that out of that last conversation, really. And I was gonna say something, but I'll just table it. I'll table it.
That table over there.
So just throw that over there. Table. We'll pick it up later. But if you invite us to a dinner party, mm-hmm. I like my schedule and my routine and my space and my time.
What does that have to do with
So when you invite us to a dinner party, if it gets to a certain hour of the night, I'm like,
that's true.
It is now time to go.
Yeah.
This has been fun, but what sounds more fun to me in my mind right now is sleep and waking up early and doing what I want to do in the morning.
Yeah.
And so, but Kylan Johnson, on the other hand, he's like, absolutely no. Like, yeah, sleep when we're dead. We're staying here. We're going to hang out with our friends until the wee hours of the night. Our kids are falling apart. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Falling apart?
I know. You're good
falling.
About that.
You're the only one falling apart.
I know. I like poke them in the back with tacks to help.
Like, see, look, they're crying. Mom, why you hurt me?
No.
That's terrible.
But no, I would never do that. That's abusive. I would never do that. That's a joke.
Do we have to edit this out?
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I just think it's funny
because... Speaking of abusive, that brings me to my next point. No.
I just think it's funny because, honestly, like, when it comes to those types of parties, I'm like, boom, I can easily just cut off the party and leave it, and I'm done. But once you've, like, gotten there and you've had fun, you know?
I think there's a deeper cause for that conflict.
Belonging?
Nope. Control.
Okay. Control.
Between you and me. Think about that example. And think about you, like the kids, bedtime, and like you realizing you're losing control. And I want to control. And so it's like, it almost has like subliminal, like it turns into like, no, we're staying. No, we're leaving. Like, I think that is a pretty deep dynamic in that.
But if I were to ask myself,
if you take the kids out of the scene and you have a glass of wine, you'll stay up all night. You'll later be like, I shouldn't have done that. But like you do it every time.
If I didn't have kids, I would because I can sleep in.
That has
but
nothing
I'm the
to do
one
with
that I know.
Control. It's like it's you want to have a grip on
the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So then, yes, it would be control of first of all, when you're a parent, you recognize patterns in your kids' behavior because of the diet or their sleep schedules or being sick. Like, you can, look at your kids and be like, all right, it's a cause and effect thing. I mean, if you're an aware parent, you can do that, And so for me, it's like, okay.
What's unaware? Is that like a werewolf parent?
If you're in I'm not doing this. Love your jokes. Funny dude. Anyways.
That was a stretch.
Yeah.
I was reaching.
Yeah, you were.
I kind of just
chill.
Wasn't paying attention for a second. Heard that and then tried to
Yeah, because you were reading.
I was burping. I muted myself to burp. Not reading.
Okay. Anyways, so I just feel like.
Now I'm reading.
If you want to. For me as a mom that's with them all day, it's like, if I want to have a good day or if I want to have any downtime and alone time at the end of the day, I need this to wrap up fairly soon so that I can chill and kind of decompress before the next day starts. Otherwise,
I think
not me.
No. I think that's important to get that stuff. I think, I don't know. I mean, it's just me and I'm not a stay-at-home mom, but I think there's this
Is it like a wino thing? Is that what you're going to get to, these moms that are like,
relatable.
Oh my God.
Related. Yeah. I think there's this, cultural element of, I just need this alone time. And if I can just get this.
Babe.
Go. I agree with alone time. I need alone time. Go get it. I think so many moms don't take care of themselves. This is a great point. I'm going to type this out.
You don't need to. You're on it right now.
I think you have.
I agree with it. What you're about to say, I agree with it.
Dads,
yeah,
that are just so ready to give their wife what they need, but their wife doesn't know what they need, or they're not willing to take it. It's like they almost they like whining. They like having this you owe me mentality, and I think it feels like that. I'm not saying that's the way it is. Don't.
Yeah.
I think that we, as humans, should take responsibility for what we need. And I've always said this, you're a mask on first, king eats first. Those are statements of selfish, masculine, blah, blah, blah. There's a reality to that. And
sure.
I think stay-at-home moms need to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
I think they need to say, what do I need to help break the cycle of me feeling drained? And how do I communicate that? And that's where it's what are you doing tomorrow?
my routine that I've typed up on the schedule. I don't even know. School and.
What are you doing tomorrow?
What are you doing?
You forget what you're doing tomorrow?
I mean, I don't. Okay, so we've got school. We've got an outside adventure. We've got nap time. We've got, and then after that, I'm like, I'm good.
To what?
To do whatever the freak I want to do.
Okay, take a moment. What are you doing tomorrow? You forgot.
What do you mean?
What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, is there something big happening? Oh my gosh, yes! I wanted to talk about. I can't even believe I forgot this. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So what are you doing tomorrow?
I am going on a trip with my friend for her birthday. Her birthday's on the 17th and my birthday's on the 22nd. Yeah. But I'm going to go on a little trip with her. Cool. And we're going to go stay in an Airbnb together. What I want to get to, hold up. I hope you don't wake up our kids.
Oh yeah, our kids are such light sleepers.
I mean.
Come on. Like we.
Okay,
I wasn't getting at that.
Okay,
I wasn't getting at that.
Yeah,
but like when you don't finish a sentence,
my gosh.
It just always alludes to that.
Anyways.
The sex? Oh. Babe, don't say that word on the podcast.
You don't know who's going to watch this. Doesn't matter. I am.
This is not a family-friendly podcast by any means.
Okay. I agree with what you're saying about moms taking time for themselves. Here's the thing.
To figure out what you need
but I do have to admit, and I do have to say, this has become a blessing, a privilege of our lives because of the way that we've gone about it. When you worked full-time at Nautilus, and I had to have my wisdom teeth removed, I had all of my wisdom teeth removed, plus an extra because we were broke, and the dentist was like, you need a root canal, and I was he's like, or I could just pull it, and I'm like, is that going to cost more or less, and am I going to miss the tooth? He's like, no, go for it. Pulled it. Okay, I came home from that.
You didn't even tell me that you were doing this, first of all.
Hold up. You knew I was getting my wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, no.
Let me just finish what I'm thinking, and then you can rebuttal. Okay, just so work on your rebuttal. Go ahead. But try to listen to what I'm saying.
I'm trying to not interrupt you right now.
Yeah, that's good. I love it. Keep doing that. Anyways, I'm gonna linger here for a little bit longer. No, So I came home, and it was like, when you worked that 9-to-5 job, it was incredibly difficult for me to communicate my needs because they were within hours of operational times that were hard. You could not be readily available to me if I said, Kylan, oh my gosh, like financially we couldn't afford it. On your schedule you would have been fired if I would have been such a needy wife or something. But there is a point, what I see you're getting at is like moms and women in general need to take time for themselves. And I ended up doing that when I started training for the Half Ironman because I knew so I had to take the early morning hours and whatnot. But I still created time after work hours to do Bible studies with friends, doing random stuff. So why are you cringing so much? Why is that statement crazy? Because I agree with you, and I do, I'm in the mood to make people upset just like you are right now, just to, not make people upset, but to challenge them. To challenge them.
Free. I'm in control.
But what if they're what about those single moms out there?
Screw them.
What about that?
Challenge. I don't know. I'm not speaking to that.
That's what I'm saying. What if you can't afford to have a babysitter?
I'm not saying literally everybody do this. It's okay. Even your example about back when I worked, it's relative to me. So what I was speaking to was this balance between typical balance between husband and wife. He gets to and I'm stuck na. If he gets to na, that means you guys have enough freedom technically that you could take that.
Sure.
There's a sacrifice there.
Sure.
And if you would vocalize that,
but not all dads are as good of a dad as you.
I have
babies and diapers and
so
breastfeeding. You're really good at that.
All that stuff. What I'm saying is what was that?
I said babies and diapers and breastfeeding, and then I went like that. You could, but you can't breastfeed.
That's funny.
Because that was also a reality. I couldn't leave all the time. Anyways, continue. I love it.
Whatever.
No, I agree with you though.
I don't know because I'm not a stay-at-home mom. No, what I'm saying is
I agree with you though.
When I was working Nautilus and you couldn't afford to like just take off or blah blah blah. I also didn't have my own. Like we both were struggling, so
absolutely.
It's not like I was like golfing with the boys and going out for drinks at whatever and could just leave and get coffee whenever I want. It was now I can do that, but because I can do that and take care of myself, you also. So it's relative to like whatever. It's relative to the season we're in.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. What I've witnessed. And this is maybe me speaking from the perspective of the husband, is typically husbands are more than willing to make a sacrifice.
If it makes their wife happier, absolutely. I know that about
a lot of the times there's a dynamic and it feels.
We're just like, we don't want to be happy. We want to be miserable.
Yeah, legit. And it's like, it's kind of, I have leverage over my poor husband if he feels like it's imbalance, you know? And then the husband's just like, well, now I have a choice. My wife's not taking action, so I can either fuel myself with, you know, like spending time with friends or whatever that ends up being, and know that she's only going to use that to...
Dude, if whoever watches this, like, if you have thoughts about this topic, please comment. I want to see some comments about this topic. And, like, you know, this is...
Just kidding.
Yeah, you do. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I want to see some thoughts about this because I agree with you, and honestly, it took you having happy hours that you were hosting at your co-working space.
Yeah.
And those would just they would irk me because it's a happy hour. Like you need to come home. Like,
but it was like
you were hosting it,
so
you were like you need to be there to like help facilitate the happy hour.
Woo! Look at me facilitating this happy hour.
And it made me so mad because oh my gosh, because I was like, this is such a stupid. Like I can't stand this.
Yeah.
But then you would say, "What do you want to do? Why don't you go do something?"
Right.
And I was like, and it finally took you because you were like, I'm going to do this because this is partly my job. Also, it's super fun. I'm going to do this. Yeah.
This is like, I enjoy this. This isn't me escape.
And it's
I'm not like drinking at the bars. Like,
no. And it's not like, even
like
on the nights, I remember you had a couple happy hours where I was like, I really need you to come home. Like, I am really struggling. And you'd be like, okay. And then you'd just come home and be home. And you were doing it. But for the most part, you're like, no, this is going to be a regular routine. I'm doing it. Yeah. Like, sorry, get over it. Yep. And it made me mad that you were, like, being like that. But at the same time, that's when you said to me, if you can make a decision for yourself and stand by it, I will actually support you in that. And I respected you for doing that. In
you
seasons.
To respect me for doing that.
And so now.
In hindsight, I respect you for doing that.
No, and so now, like, I can literally. So this whole
last 2 years.
No. So my whole thing that
years.
stop editing what I'm saying. So now I'm going on this thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
I've said last 2 years because for like the last 2 years, it's kind of been like a Breck free for all.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
it's
I literally
like roles reversed, really. It's like you kind of just like go hang out with your friends or go running or.
I
just don't.
I'm back from running before you even wake up. So like, how does that even? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyways, okay. No, but planning this thing with my friend, I literally said like 3 weeks ago, hey, I'm putting this on the schedule right now. I'm gonna leave at noon.
Yeah. On
this day. And I knew by the time this day actually comes, it's going to be inconvenient, and you're going to like hate it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I do. But
I was like, I need this. I want to do this, and I'm going to do it.
And I want you to have a fun time.
And you agreed at that point 3 weeks ago. Sure, yeah, do it. Put it on the schedule. We'll make it happen. Yeah. And so now that it's here, you're like,
and that's back 4 years ago. That's what I asked.
Right.
It was like, hey. Show me you want it, put it out there, and you did that. So I can respect that. It's inconvenient now. If you came to me simply just yesterday with like, oh, you know,
by the way, I'm gonna go sleep over.
I'd be like, no, like you're just like, are you serious? Like I'm stressed out.
Yes.
We've got whatever XYZ. Like no.
This is.
But the fact that it's.
I thought I just heard a kid crying.
They'll be fine. There's 4 of them. They can take care of themselves. You can't interrupt podcast time.
Date night.
What do we have, babies?
We're gonna just. Anyways, yeah, no, I agree with you. So I I think there's such a balance because you can hear this and you could be like, oh, okay, more power to me. I'm going to stick it to my spouse and do what I want.
Do it.
No.
Do it. If that's what you need to do to find that balance, then do that for a season. Just like you were doing, just like that person would be doing the opposite. Well, it was me. It's like if that's what they have to do, they have to paint both sides of the hallway.
Dude, but there are people that do things so immaturely and they do it out of wrong. Those
people are if they make that decision from here, they're not listening to anything else we're saying anyway.
That's true.
So it's like do it.
Sure.
You're gonna have to hit the ground face first, one way or the other. So go ahead if that's what they think.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Betsy, I'm going to go golfing more often.
That literally made me think about someone that does that. Anyways. There was somebody that we knew in our past that had a bunch of babies at their house and he was going golfing all the time. And that mom was struggling, but she's one of those super sweet moms that didn't really speak up for herself. And so she just kind of sucked it up and he went golfing and that was that on the weekends too. And he worked full time. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Don't talk about me.
Oh, no.
No, don't say I don't want to have to edit.
Yeah. Anyways, that kind of thing is frustrating because it's but whose fault is that? I mean, have kids have hers.
There's issues they have to figure out.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. How was hip hop?
We talked about that. Skip that one. Absolutely. I'm not talking to you about hip hop ever again. Although I do have to say, I taught a really simple, cute, fun 1-2-step routine. You're triggering. Stop! Oh my gosh, I'm glad we didn't go to the same school. You would have been poop. I was on the dance team in high school.
That was a long time ago.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered that. For 1 year, we had a little dance team, and it's
different times. We had different times. Our kids are almost that age.
So I'm going to
go to bed.
Go to the studio and petition that we change the hip hop class to TikTok. TikTok class.
No. There needs to be something else. You said it yourself. Mm-hmm. Rebrand. There needs to be a rebranding of what hip hop represents. Not
you know what you have. There's a documentary on Netflix that you should watch.
I don't care about the.
I don't care about learning anything.
It's not the culture of hip hop that drives what it's feeding you.
But if you can learn about the culture, you'll have a deeper appreciation, and maybe you'll want to preserve it.
I'm not trying to remove it. What I'm saying is we're trying to use a tool that's we need to find a different tool.
Sure.
It's like what's a good metaphor here? It's like a hammer, or it's a screwdriver. So there's a screwdriver, and we used to use screwdrivers all the time. But now there's drills, and we just kind of drills kind of happen naturally, and because of the screwdriver, thank you screwdriver. But there's drills that work 99% of the time, but we still kind of call it a screwdriver. Hey, do you have your screwdriver? And it's are you sure you want to teach them how to use a screwdriver? Well, it's not actually a screwdriver. It's
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So I'm not trying to take away the history of screwdrivers or what's led to today, as much as I'm just trying to say, hey, times are different. Let's look at the difference in times and react appropriately. So
love it. Good.
If you are interested in signing your child up for the history of hip hop, go for it. Watch the Netflix documentary or something.
Yeah, honestly.
I have zero interest in the history.
See, and this is I love documentaries. I went on a documentary streak where I watched a documentary about ping pong.
The last 30 years, you watch a
sailing around the world
every other day.
I know. I'm just saying. I love watching documentaries because even if they're super biased, it gives you an idea and a perspective of somebody's passion or somebody's thing, and you can look at that and you can decide to appreciate it. You can decide to have an understanding and an empathy for them. And I don't operate in empathy very.
I get so frustrated watching.
See, I was literally about to say because I don't operate in empathy very easily, and you're I get frustrated. I have no empathy. I don't want to. I don't know.
I just get frustrated with like especially if they're trying to like convince you of something. Those podcasts I just can't stand.
No, I know, but like
because it's like it's over. Even if I agree with their like the end goal, it's like it's just such a like a manipulating experience to sit down and watch it.
But like we watched the documentary about ping pong, and I was like, this is insane. Like how this sport has evolved and like what it's become. I know. I'm just saying, like, and that's what documentaries are. Is like kind of just giving you a background story of how this has come to be. I'm not saying
that the documentary of hip hop is not cool. I bet it's super cool. Like hip hop is part of the reason cool is cool.
It's popping.
It's hip hopping. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, how was hip hop? I was going to talk about drink water. Drink water is pretty cool. What is drink water to you? Wow,
it's almost like this is a sponsored ad, and there's nothing there.
Sponsored by tap water. That's literally their whole shtick is sponsored by tap water.
Where'd you get that water bottle though? Because it's not very reliable.
Yeah, it's
leaking on stuff.
It was like $7. Anyway,
Walmart. Where'd you get it?
Amazon. I'm not doing this.
Okay.
I'm talking about water. Is good. I'm not talking about save the planet right now.
I know, that's good.
I'm talking about save your body.
I'm not against
body first, humans first. I'm a big proponent of humans first. Is that controversial? Get over it. You heard it here first. Humans first. Anyway, if you had like a friend that said, "What's with Kylan and all his drink water stickers?" How would you explain it? Oh, let me real quick.
Why don't you just explain?
I'm curious. I'm curious to see if, like, because I know what I believe about this.
That was obnoxious.
What?
My just smacked my lips.
Popped?
Yeah.
So I have these like stickers on our kids' helmets and on our truck. Not
everywhere.
The van. I don't know if you want it on the van or not.
I'm good. I mean, I don't care. I don't really want to. That van, it's great, but it's a minivan.
Okay. Anyway, so you have a friend that's like, "What's with Kylan and drink water?" You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, "Yeah."
He's kind of a rebel, and he doesn't like.
He's kind of a Red Bull.
He's kind of a rebel to, big corporations that try to encourage people to be unhealthy, and like Rockstar, Monster. I'm listing all the things, so sponsored by and he's like, no, like, how do we make water popular again? How do you, and not just water bottles, like tap water. Like, how do you use a resource and, like, I don't know how I would describe it. That's just, you're kind of a rebel, and you're like, I don't want to support, you would love to be sponsored. Like, if any one of our kids or yourself or Brecky Breck or anything got popular enough, you would love to just, like, promote yourself.
I don't need sponsors.
No, just like
I want to
be healthy.
Promote.
Like you don't have to. You can stick it to the man. You don't need those big guys.
I don't
know.
Yeah. Everything you said is accurate.
Thank you. Great.
It was kind of like a little bit from here, a little bit from
I
there.
know. That's how it felt. That's a hip hop move, actually.
Okay. So
there's a moment in the line.
Put it in your cart. Put it in your cart.
Oh, no. You're doing hip hop right now. No.
I'm a great dancer.
I am honestly like.
Oh. Hip hop just.
Stop. You should come to my class and you tell me that that's not fun. Okay.
I never said it wasn't fun.
Okay.
I never said it wasn't fun.
Perfect. Let's segue.
Squeak. No, water.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, no, I do. I want to hear all about water.
You were all about hip hop.
Let's make a documentary about it.
Okay. All about water. No, because then it would be whatever. It doesn't matter. So, I'm not like, I've never been super healthy. Like, you're the reason that I'm as healthy as I am today. Thank you. That being said, I've definitely worked out a lot more before I met you. So.
I love you. That was a weird handle.
That's like your love language is me giving you credit for stuff, huh?
Yeah. Well, geez, man, you tear everything apart, so you got to take it when you can.
I feel like that's obvious. It's like, well, of course. Like, are you blind? Like,
it's like if you never said I was beautiful or something. It's like,
of course, are you blind?
It's like, or it's like, do you love me? And you're like,
well, of course. Like, why would I do all this if I didn't love you?
But it's like, oh my gosh, like. It's just the simple things that you just want to, Anyways, I want to talk about this, though.
Yeah. No, I'm going to talk about, I just...
What are you, you're typing another note. Why don't you talk about the note that you're typing?
Because I need to get through water.
Okay.
Okay. So when I was middle school, high school, I've always, this wasn't even handed down from my parents or anybody. Like, I've always been really protective of my body and like what goes into it. Like before, if I don't know, if like,
you haven't tried any drugs,
like,
you haven't done anything
and stuff,
yeah,
but I didn't. It was like that to me at that time, and it was like, that's food. But now I'm like, like, and so like medicine, I was always like, I don't want to take even like Advil or ibuprofen. I am and was even back like in the day, was always super like, whoa, like what is this doing to me? Like this is unnatural to me.
Right.
And my family is not like health nuts by any means. Like we weren't organic. Like I said, Little Debbie's were like a regular thing in our pantry.
You guys were the rich ones. That's great.
Yeah, rich. Like, okay, whatever.
I'm just saying, like any kid that I knew that had the extra like snacks, like fruit by the foot and like all these things, I was like, oh, they got
that good.
They got that money.
Yeah.
Because we just couldn't afford that kind of stuff. Not to say that my parents, I mean, they provided for us.
Yeah.
We were broke. Absolutely broke. Hey, that's beside the point. I'm so sorry to interrupt you again.
Oh, no.
I'm just like, wow, you guys. Wish I could be like Kylan Johnson.
Anyway, I guess long story short, I still have this view, but it's like if I have a headache, it's because of something. And I would rather
figure out what that reason is.
Deal with the pain and figure out why I have a headache than take an Advil or an ibuprofen to get rid of the headache. And so for me, I found that water, more often than not, is or the lack of, I guess, is a contributor to issues with our body. And so I've always been like pre-marriage, like I've always been a big proponent of drinking water as a solution or our first defense against sickness or pain and everything. So that being said, I've always like kind of been like, well, did you drink water? Like you hear me say that all the time, like, do you drink water? Like, do you water?
You have such a history with everything that you like. You have such a deep meaning.
Yeah.
Like even tandem or like what's the phrase?
What?
Shotgun? No.
Shotgun on a tandem.
Shotgun on a tandem. It's like, I'm like, what does that mean? And you're like, it means this because of this, and pedaling, and like the whole thing is like, there's such a deeper meaning to it. So like if you see that Kylan has anything, like you slapped this X on here willy nilly, but like, what if that has like a deep meaning, like you're gonna come up with it probably.
I already did.
You did? You gotta be kidding me. What is it?
Well, what is it over?
Oh, it's over Squarespace, which is over.
No.
Oh, okay.
Squarespace. It's over Squarespace. I slapped Squarespace on there because
it was over Apple.
No. Because I'm a Squarespace fanboy. Like it's a part of me.
Yeah.
This X I didn't think about, just blah, 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 and now I was looking at. I made a little thumbnail with it on there, and I'm like, oh, interesting. I've been like entertaining the idea of transitioning away from Squarespace design.
Have you really?
And, I'm moving away from it. Yeah.
That's what the whole podcast is about.
What
then.
are you talking
about? No, I'm kidding.
Have you really? We've been
I know.
processing
No, I know. You're just talking about moving away, not from Squarespace, but from web design, right?
Yeah.
Because like, how else would you design a website?
And the sticker I've branded on my laptop typically represents the work I'm currently working on.
So that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. So yes, thank you for recognizing that. I appreciate
absolutely.
that. I think I'm really apprehensive.
You're a very intentional person. Me as your wife, there's such a deep meaning to why you chose me, obviously.
That's my title for this podcast is Everything is Intentional.
Babe!
Dude.
I solved the riddle. Did you crack it?
No, almost.
I solved the riddle.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, this is
it
great.
only took us 45 minutes this time.
Is that how long this is?
Yeah, I want to finish. Like, I think we're just getting to the meat of it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I am very intentional. And it's funny you say that because I haven't really even thought about it that way. But I guess even like built shirts.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And like this brand is it's like, this means something to me. Or like MeUndies. I've been wearing MeUndies long before they've been all over YouTube.
Yeah, there's a underwear brand that's called MeUndies.
Anybody watching this on YouTube is definitely seeing a MeUndies.
Okay.
Especially now that I'm saying it. MeUndies.
Kayla rings. Literally all of what you are and what you're wearing right now.
Yeah, I think I resonate with like when I find something that serves me well and I appreciate
I grab onto it. And when someone else wears a built shirt, for example, I think I get like kind of like almost upset. Like, how dare you? Like, you didn't go. This doesn't mean as much to you as it means to me. It's not what it looks like.
7 billion people in the world, and
what
you.
It looks like is I'm getting upset that I'm being copied, but it's not that. People think it's like he doesn't like to be copied. He likes to be individual. No, I want to like you can't.
Did you do your research?
It's not you. It's not like, oh, that's a cool shirt. Let me just. It's like, do you appreciate this shirt? Like, does this
Everything
shirt
that
mean
it
something
is.
to
Yeah,
you?
right.
If not, then like, how dare you? Joke. Anyway, so Drink Water is a brand. A couple snowboarders got together in like 2011, and they were tired of energy drinks.
You appreciate documentaries. I can tell. You appreciate the depth of things without watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's documentaries I like.
Yeah.
I just get upset a lot because there's some documentaries where it's just like, what are you doing? It's not true.
Sure. But for those of us that aren't just deep thinkers like you, it takes the documentary to get me to those thoughts of appreciation about people. You are telling me about these 2 snowboarders back in 2011.
You interrupted me. That's literally all you said so far.
Okay. Anyways, and it's like, oh, so you know about them because you did research and you didn't need to watch a documentary. You're smarter than me.
I've got a documentary in my head.
You have a really high IQ, and you're just an intelligent guy.
That's not even what I'm asking.
I know it's not. But if I'm just pointing it out.
I just want to share.
Yeah, I want to hear about these guys though.
I wanted to say something there, but not. Yeah.
You just wanted to share what, babe?
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Is it inappropriate?
No.
Okay. Is it what is it?
It's making fun of someone, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't do that.
Anyway.
Don't do that. I'm moving on. Okay. I can tell
You're
that.
Like, no,
you're like, you're thinking about it. Like, I don't want you to.
No,
all right.
No, don't make fun of people. That's bad.
Okay.
No. So anyway, 2 snowboarders, a couple snowboarders. I think 2 main guys, and then it's a bigger crew now. They got together and they said, hey, all these energy drinks are like buying up our industries, so our action sports.
Yeah, no, I see that.
And especially like it's a bad culture. We don't even know what this is doing to our bodies. Like, we don't even know. And even if we do know, it's not good for kids to be drinking. So it's like now, like, we're wearing, Red Bull and we're doing tricks and we're saying, yeah, kids, follow me. And then half the time, these guys aren't even drinking
the Red Bull. Right.
They're not even. It's like they got a water bottle that says Red Bull on it, and they're drinking that after a motorcycle race or something.
Right.
So anyway, I really appreciate what these guys stand for, because what they didn't do was they didn't make a water bottle company. They didn't like try to make all their own products. They have merch, but basically their whole shtick is sponsored by tap water. It's like, you can get water everywhere. Water's everywhere. Go drink water. Like, why are you like? That's what we should be celebrating. And what's frustrating, and why I want to support them, and why I put this on stuff and talk about it. I do talk about this all the time, and I intentionally make people feel bad about like drinking sugar Gatorade and like energy drinks and stuff. Like I know it makes them feel bad when I bring this up, and they're like, they got their kid and he's like drinking a
right.
And I'm like, yep, that's on purpose, because this is important. And it's unfortunate. What I was saying is, it's unfortunate because they're not making a bunch of money, and because technically what they're doing is taking a shot at these companies that have lots of money. It's like there's not a lot of like room for traction. It really needs like it to be a movement that people talk about and share. So I've enjoyed following their journey. It's pretty quiet. If their brand feels like in slight hibernation at the moment. I think that there's huge opportunity, especially in the wake of like this next generation being a little more health conscious. I think that there's opportunity for us to promote this concept of drinking water, whether it's this brand or just the idea of like foregoing energy drinks in the wake of like body health. And I drink energy drink every once in a while, so it's not like you can't have energy drinks, as much as it's like this isn't the fuel to your adventure. Like, this shouldn't be like something where you're like, woo, like we gotta have a Red Bull before every race. That's what the pros do. It's like, no, don't do that. Like you have no idea what kind of
Exactly.
bad stuff that's going on in your little body. You know, I see kids at the skate park with the freaking huge monsters.
I know.
Just
chugging.
plowing through that. And it's like,
you hear horror stories about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Health concerns and everything.
Yeah.
Love it.
Drink water. Anyway, I like that.
I love that.
Are you trying to clap it out here?
No, I'm just like, yes.
You're still going. I got
absolutely.
more notes here.
Yeah. Well, and you're typing more. It's getting longer.
No,
Sign me up, bro. I'm here for it.
Everything is intentional.
I do have to go pee though. So next long big story that you have, I should like cut out real quick while you're telling it.
Did you drink water? That
I drank a bunch of tea, and so yes. Which my doctor friend was like, she was like, tea is water that utilizes your olfactory nerves while you're drinking it. That's what tea is. She said that to me. She said something to that effect.
Do you think that's what LaCroix is as well?
It's got carbonation in it though, which carbonation is fine, but also your body's constantly trying to get rid of
I definitely don't
carbon, so it's like, I don't know. So just putting yourself, I don't know.
Is that like a intelligent statement you stand by?
It wasn't. Okay. No, but I'll research it after this. Just
okay, like
to
all the carbon we're putting everybody from
carbonation. Whatever.
Carbohydrates.
Carbon dioxide is what we're. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I want to get back to this. Why
don't you just go pee real quick?
Okay.
And I'll just take a really long drink.
Well, I just want you to tell an awesome story. I'll be right back.
I'll talk about the studio. The studio is our downstairs room. We've got Legos and a couch and a TV and a lot of dress-up clothes everywhere right now because they're supposed to go in the ottoman, but they're not. Kind of a broken kitchen thing, a piano. I have these like dangling lights in the middle that I started to make look cool, and then I stopped. And so it kind of looks messy when they're not on. When it's on, I think it looks okay. It's not on right now. And then obviously we have this setup. This wall's painted yellow because we were going to do Breck Studio, and we haven't really done anything with it yet. So instead, we're going to do this podcast because I think this podcast is actually going to be more
instead? In this room, in this studio?
Anyway, I just made a bunch of decisions, so here we go.
No,
anyway,
not instead.
In addition.
In addition to.
That's fine. I just was like, just kind of spitballing, so.
Okay. Anyways.
How was your pee?
It was great. We don't have to talk about every little thing that happens in my life. Oh. It was awesome.
Okay.
Feel better.
Oh.
Or were you asking because you wanted to know if it was clear to see if I was drinking enough water?
No.
But it was, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Okay. Well, we can just do maybe this last thing.
Yeah. How long are we?
I think
yeah.
And we can talk about everything is intentional next time. Because I think we should have started with that. I mean, we talked about it.
And I unraveled it. Yeah. So this podcast has a part 2.
Is everything is intentional? I think all of our podcasts will end up talking about that idea, about how like we're pretty intentional with what we do. Yeah. Even this podcast, we're like, it's like there's meaning in the things we do. And I'm talking about it.
No, that's fine.
We come across as very judgmental to people that witness us processing. That contradicted itself because we process a lot.
We're analyzing.
We process and analyze a lot, and it comes across as judgmental because most people don't do it to the degree that we do it, I think. Mm-hmm. After every encounter or every perspective or perception of events or people or interactions, we like talk about it. Like, hey, did you see that? No. And it's not like, did you see what they did to me? It's like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's something that like perplexed us. It's like typically follows up with questions.
Right.
I wonder what caused that. I wonder what's going on in their life that led them to do that. I wonder if that rubbed me wrong because of an issue that I have that I'm not like addressing. A lot of times we end up processing to that level, but from the initial
observation of our processing it comes across as judgmental. And I think a lot of that leads to how we end up being intentional, is because we're like constant. We don't have like, here's the goal, and we're so intentional that we're just like making our way towards that goal, as much as it's like, when there's something in front of us, we're going to address it wholeheartedly.
Right.
You know, when there's an issue with one of our kids, we're going to address it wholeheartedly, and we're going to do everything we can to put energy and time, and then sometimes that means patience or processing or you know, consulting with other people about what we should do in those situations. So anyway, I guess that's all. Unless you have any other thing else to add to being intentional.
No.
Okay, cool, nailed it.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay, so I saw this thing on. Oh, I was transitioning.
No, I know. I just kind of no. It's good. I was trying to blow my nose, kind of, but like it's like that. It's weird. It's
There's
not
like
like
a
blow
snot
my nose.
rocket
No.
on the chair.
No.
On my freshly conditioned table.
No. It's like it's just hard to describe. Just like this in between, like it's just like
You got one kind of like going back and forth. It's like
Yeah,
holding on to one
like-
of the hairs and you can.
no. It's not a booger. It's just like I don't know. I don't want to.
What is it? If it's not a booger, what is it? What are
You know
trying to-
how
you're trying to
like
blow
your
your
nose is like kind of clogged, but you're like if you just get it to that like space.
That's mucus in your nose.
Yeah, but it's like you just. It's not.
It's like closed, and if you just blow it open. Is that what you mean?
No.
It's like it's attached. That's what I was trying to say.
No.
Like the person who grew when the girl has a loose tooth, and she's like, "That's not as impressive. My new loose tooth," and it's like, it's like going back and forth.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking
That's why I'm
about.
imagining your booger in your nose going.
No, it's not even that. It's just like it's actually just hard to describe.
It's a bunch of nose hair just clumped in. You got a big.
It's
nose
not
beard
in
going
my nose. Like it's not. It's
in your
like
sinus.
it's not in my nose.
on. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not.
Anyways, I
Cool.
want to. Yeah.
Okay. So I saw this thing. You know, I've avoided TikTok and YouTube, or what's the YouTube Reels, but it's what's it on Instagram?
Reels.
So it's YouTube
Yeah.
Shorts. Yeah, YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. I avoid it. I think it's inevitable. Like, I think they hacked our system, you know? Because you just, like, they throw it in my feed now. And, like, I don't even go on Instagram that often.
Right.
And now I'm finding myself, like, pooping on the toilet going, like, oh, like, here I am, like, scrolling through things. Like, that's interesting.
Right.
And I used to criticize you so much for that. And now, anyway, so that being said, I saw, like, a who did it first. Like, you know, they're like, who fell in love first. And you have to, like, close your eyes and, like,
Oh yeah, point at each other.
and I wish
You
I
wanna do
prepared
that?
a little bit more because I don't even know how to like look that up. Or, like,
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, so I wanted to do that because
Oh, that'd be fun.
I like watched it and I was like, oh man, this is such. You and I, we
Right
kind of
now,
break,
are we gonna do it on the
Yes,
podcast?
yes.
Oh, cool. That sounds fun.
You and I break the stereotypes.
This is such a fun date, babe. Thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah, you and I break the stereotypes typically, like
Yeah.
the typical stereotypes of a husband and wife with kids that come from our background. It's like we're pretty different, I think.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's
we'll find
like, so
out.
especially with this credit. So
I'll chime
can
in
you
to
talk
say
about
it.
something? And like I'm gonna try to find something close to what I was looking at. And
I
probably should
totally.
look away.
You need to find one
What were
as
you
an
thinking?
example.
You're gonna just come up with
No,
it?
I didn't know if you. I thought you maybe already like typed it out. Like you already had an idea
No,
of like.
no, I
what-
have no idea what. I just saw it and like I thought of like, oh yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
And I threw it in
sure.
there, and then that's it. I didn't prepare more.
Sure. Okay.
So
No,
maybe I
that's
talked
good.
about it enough that like I'll just click into videos and like it'll just. Let's see.
We're gonna have to do a
I don't
compilation
even
of me
know how to
yawning.
get into shorts. Like if I want, it just happens.
Are you talking about Instagram Reels?
I think I do it on Facebook. Is where I fall into it because like I
You're
typically-
never gonna find the
So
same
first
thing
of all,
that you already saw.
I said it
unless you
during
send
listening.
it to me.
Doot, 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 doot. You said Instagram was worse than TikTok. Real quick side tangent. I was doing awesome at not touching social media, like not doing like I barely ever
What
touched my phone.
happened to you?
BMX.
Oh.
Everybody's on Facebook.
Yes.
Everybody talks on Facebook. They message on Facebook.
Our
they sell
crew,
their
our
parts.
BMX crew
the BMX
is on.
crew. The updates
Mhm.
for
But
volunteering.
it is. Oh.
It's convenient.
It's an age bracket thing too, though.
Uh,
It is.
Oh, well, it was, and then now, like, it's like because there's nothing else. They like everyone else has to be there too. So yes, I agree with that. So now because of that, like I'm on Facebook, and now they're tricking me. So anyway, I said
Yeah,
it out
you
loud.
get sucked into
I
it.
am looking for who done it.
Who done
Oh,
it?
here we go. So you click.
What? What?
Reels. No, I didn't find it.
Oh.
I honestly have no idea how to get to Reels.
Yeah.
I just
They
find myself in
find
Reels.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
so
find you
It says
before
Reels
you
here,
find
and now I realize. So let me.
You just have to scroll long enough, and then
here's Shaquille O'Neal. Here's a guy drilling a hole in his pool. Here's a guy catching a
yeah,
ball.
people know Reels.
This
so,
is fun.
They're gonna find.
Here's
them.
a guy catching a ball over Wrigley Field.
So what's your plan right here? Because right now you
I'm gonna
are
give it 10 more
never
swipes.
gonna
If
find.
it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
You're never gonna find
My
that.
wife lost her grandma's engagement ring. Nope. Introducing toolkit. Best instant karma.
Why don't you just type it in like?
Ooh, he pulled. Okay, sorry. Okay. How would I search it?
I don't know, but I feel like this is something that we should have prepared for because
Couples.
this is
No,
a long
can
time
you
for
talk
people
about,
to hang out.
Talk about something.
I don't even know. Like
Talk
when
about
you
something.
put me on the spot to do something
Talk about
like
it.
that.
That's how I started. Talk about Funkle Betty. Who is Funkle Betty? And what the heck does that even mean? Go.
There's a brown teddy bear over here that looks a lot like Uncle Teddy, our Costco-sized teddy bear from Brecky Breck. And we found him at Goodwill. And the kids were like, Mom, can we have our own? So, because I don't let them play with our teddy bear that we use in the show because I don't want it to get ruined. Because the one that I did let them play with got ruined. So I had to. So now I have 2 or 3 Uncle Teddys all in a closet that are off limits to the kids. But we have another one. And so they named it Funkle Betty. So that's that story. Pretty exciting.
Oh, I found it.
No way.
Yeah, no, I found it. Now I need to.
You just typed in like.
It's couples.
But I
quizzes.
think it's like you have to use their filter or their
No,
challenge or whatever.
I'll listen to it real quick, and then we'll do it from theirs.
See, now it's
So
like,
I don't want to get copyright stricken.
Who's more spoiled?
Who's more spoiled? Okay.
Who fell in love first?
Yeah, who fell in love first?
okay, wait, are we gonna? Let's just
Where's-
play it. Oh, is it gonna copyright strike you?
I don't know.
No, it's
I don't know
not.
this
It's
world
no, it's
very
a
well.
not on Reels and TikTok. They're nice. It's like music people that are not nice.
Okay.
Oh, the music,
Get
yeah,
the
the
music
music.
outta here.
Get it out of here.
Who fell in love first?
Okay, close your eyes.
Oh, we're just straight up doing it. Okay.
Yeah, no, just
Okay,
close your eyes.
Okay, here goes.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Who fell in love first? Who's more annoying when they're hungry?
When they're hungry.
Who's the homebody in the relationship? Who's more spoiled? Who's more grumpy? Who lies more? Who takes care of the other when drunk?
Oh.
Better hygiene.
Go.
Who calls or texts more? Who's the alpha in the relationship? Who has the cuter smile? Who loves the other person more? Who can't wait for marriage and kids?
Can't wait. Who couldn't?
Who's the first to initiate sex?
Oh. Is that a new one?
Yeah.
Oh, you just have like a whole list?
I guess.
No, I don't want to do that one.
You're like, I'm gonna be outed on this one.
I'm Brecky Breck, babe. Come on.
Okay, what did you do? What words were you unsure of what I did? Who's the-
Homebody.
Homebody.
Yeah.
Who's like, I feel like I'm a bit easier to just chill.
Yeah. Well, but yeah. Like, I'm
But I
like, let's
also,
go do
like,
something.
I.
Do I want to do something with other people? No. I just want to do it with us,
That's
like
true.
our family.
So who'd you point at?
I didn't know. What did I do? I think I did that.
What did I do?
What did I do? I think I did this.
Who has the better smile?
You.
Yeah, I pointed at me.
Yeah. It's my tooth. I just hate my tooth and I don't like the way my upper lip.
just
It's
have
fine.
a big mouth.
You do.
It holds
It's
my teeth
beautiful.
well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're a really handsome guy.
Thanks.
And you have a great
I
smile.
feel bad when I like pick me.
No,
You
it's
have a good
great.
smile. I like your smile.
Oh, babe.
I just like.
Yeah, it's better. I just
No,
have a better
no.
smile. No, I know.
This
You
is
look
bad.
like a
I'm gonna
model. You just look
an
a.
idiot on this podcast.
You're
For
not.
myself,
You're a
I
smart
like
guy.
tell- I'm
You're a
pretty
great
honest,
guy.
I tell on myself.
No, you do. You.
lie smart.
I said you
Yeah.
because. Oh, you did too.
No, I said you. So
Wait.
here's the thing: we lie differently. Our lives are different. You lie. Well, you have two different types.
I
of
knew.
lies.
I knew that you were gonna answer it like this. If we talked about it, I knew this is what you were gonna say. So I could say it first if you want me to.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, give me a chance to be
Yeah,
self-aware
yeah.
because I already know that you know because you're thinking deep on everything.
Okay. Lie to yourself.
So, yeah. So I exaggerate stories.
Okay, that's
Sometimes.
the quick and easy. Yep.
You have to ask. I have to ask you a direct question that cannot be averted.
Mm-hmm.
And if and I'll be like, so if I say, did you work a lot or something, you can be like, yes. And it's like,
worked at taping.
and you can kind of like,
Yeah.
but it's like, if I, you can like.
I see the world through. No, legit. This isn't even, like, I legit see the world of, like, what's a lot. So it's not even like.
Right.
There are times.
It's
where it's
like,
and
I honestly
today,
like
so.
I hate that. I think that's a very unhealthy thing that I think a lot of men do struggle with.
What?
This no, this lie thing that you're talking about is like
your second version real quick before you start like drilling into me.
Sure, you can stop me. I love you, but yeah, I don't think it's healthy. Yeah, go ahead, point them out, bring it.
No, this one's pretty deep. This is like, I think you. Nah, it's fine. What'd you say on what's another one?
What were you gonna say?
No, I think you lie
to yourself.
No, legit, like to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
About stuff,
mm-hmm.
and what it does is you think you're telling the truth, but it's a lie. Like,
okay.
And it turns into. Like,
so can you think of it? Can you think of an example?
Off the top of my head, no.
I can tell myself that something's important that's not.
Everyone
like,
does that.
well, I mean, I'm trying to
does
think
that.
of something where it's
That's
like.
not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about it's to a degree to where you manifest a true innate lie.
Now you're really
There's
wanting
been
an
a number of
example.
situations. See, this is an unflattering. This is not going to turn into a good thing.
Is this something that like we should talk about just husband and
No,
wife?
I think it hasn't been a big. It's not like you cheated on me or like something.
No, I know,
As
but
much
I'm
as it's
really like
there's
racking my
been
brain
a
here.
couple times where there's been like, are you sure about that? And it's like I walk away going, huh, interesting, like that was interesting, and like that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I'm okay. We'll talk more about this. If you ever come up with a thing, or you see that I'm doing that,
I just need to like it. Typically, in those situations, when someone gets called out on it, it's not something that you're like super excited to like. Oh yeah, tell me, like Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Earlier on in our marriage, there was like simpler stuff.
Absolutely.
Like legit playing board games and stuff.
Okay.
You kind of be like,
this is crazy to me.
Ooh, I don't know.
You literally have accused me of cheating so many times when I don't cheat. Like board games, homework, stuff like that.
That's fine.
Actually, homework I did cheat a couple times. I'd look at other people's stuff sometimes, yeah. But no, with the board game, no.
It's okay. See, this is a dead end.
Yeah,
This
no,
is why I
that's
was
fine.
like, it's not worth it.
See, isn't this funny? Literally what we were just talking about, like husband and wives,
Yeah.
husbands are like, oh, I guess I'll just let my wife keep being the wino mom that whines about everything,
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Like, you're doing that to me right now.
Well, I think there is a... Here, this is a good conversation. Ready for another 2 hours?
Yeah, I guess that was a fun game until it got too deep.
Why'd you ask who lies better? So I think there is okay, I'm learning about myself and other people through kind of my natural reaction to challenge people. I'm learning that you can only challenge people. The challenge is only effective if they're willing to be challenged. And especially in a close relationship where you are engaging often and have multiple points of, there could be many things you could challenge on. Simply challenging everything is not productive to
progress.
Right.
And so I think what I have observed,
Probably-
and you do this to me too.
Right.
You just maybe haven't said it out loud. So it's like, it's not that like, I'm just this perfect person and we'll challenge you here later. This is like a Thursday challenge. And this is a,
Right.
next week challenge.
Right,
And
right, right. I
This
get
one,
it,
we'll
I
have
get
to
it.
wait till next week. We'll do a progress report and then see if you're ready for this challenge. It's natural. Like you do this as well.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, like when I like do my tummy thing and then you have like, I can see you working like, whether or not to like, this is a quick
I
version
think
of
you
it.
think that I care about you. And
You
your-
know that I care. And so you like have to navigate it. I
Okay.
think is what I'm getting at. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a quick example.
Sure.
It happens. It happens often. It happens in every relationship. And basically, I think that there's just an appropriate extent to which you
Sure.
can like apply
Yeah,
this.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And yes, yeah. So
Cool.
That's-
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
so.
We'll just have to watch this podcast to see all of our other answers
Yeah.
because I don't even
We'll just do it
remember.
again and do it
No,
with our eyes
I mean,
open.
what's the point? Everyone else saw it. They're like, you guys.
Well,
just-
why did I wait to close your eyes? I didn't think that was necessary.
Oh, okay. I
Because
just
typically you
didn't-
close your eyes to like not influence the other person.
Yeah.
But it's like you and I are not like when we take personality tests. Some people like you can't tell someone how to take a personality
Right.
test because then they'll you want me to be like this? Oh yeah, that is more like me. It's like you and I are like no, that's not like me.
Like, that's not like
I'm
me.
going
Right,
to fill
right.
this out like I know me better than you know me. Like I'm gonna fill this out like this.
Right.
So we're able to get like results that maybe are a little bit more closer to what's accurate right off the bat, or other people have to like try on a few different personalities before they go, oh,
Right, no, I agree.
yeah, actually I'm not like that at all. But I just really wanted to be like that, and I didn't want to be like what I really am like, because I've been lying to myself about myself. Anyway, so
That's Kylan for
Yeah.
you. No, I
Yeah.
love it.
yeah,
I love you.
I love you.
Thanks for doing this with me. This has been really fun. This isn't our last episode by any stretch of the imagination.
I wasn't listening to
but-
Funkle Betty explanation. Well, how did you do it?
Oh,
start
I
Funkle
just
Betty?
said that
Can
I
you
had
get
a
Funkle
bunch
Betty
of
for a
teddy.
second?
No.
Let's do a little quick interview with Funkle Betty.
You want this to be long? Like, what are you doing?
Let's end on something, and it's not like, well, you lie, I lie. Anyway, you know what I mean?
You sure? Why do I have to be the one to get it?
Because I'm afraid of getting off of this
Oh.
and back on.
All right. I'll speak
I'm sitting
across
on the
table.
Lego container. Oh, I was playing like a drums. It kind of has like a. So this is Funkle Betty. Hi, Funkle Betty.
Hi, guys.
Okay, I didn't mean that.
You said you wanted to interview.
Yeah. So Funkle Betty is.
I just didn't let. I said that I didn't let the kids play with Uncle Teddy,
Uncle Teddy.
and so I had to like.
So we got this one at Goodwill,
Yeah.
and we came up with Funkle Betty.
Yep.
Uncle Teddy's girlfriend. Funkle
Oh,
Betty.
oh.
Betty.
Oh.
Funkle
okay.
Betty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, got it.
And it's from Goodwill, so it's like who knows what kind of fungus is growing in that thing.
Yeah. So why did I get that?
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, this
you're
was
outta
long.
here, bud.
So
All right.
see
That
ya.
was fun.
That was fun. That was good.